Welcome, Cisalo.
What's up, YouTube? Today's project is replacing these dash lights. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these lights, I just want to upgrade to LEDs. This process of removing the instrument panel applies to the ZJ model Grand Cherokee. However, the process of replacing the bulb applies to a wide variety of vehicles. But before you mess with your electrical system, disconnect your battery. Leaving the battery connected while doing this type of work can cause the airbag to accidentally deploy, which is no fun at all. Don't believe me? Let's ask this guy. So let's get this bad boy disconnected, shall we? Completely off topic and unrelated, but it looks like I got a leak in the blinker fluid system. The bulb size needed for the gauge cluster is a 194. From the factory, the dash lights are green, so I'm replacing them with green LEDs. But it's up to you what color you want shining in your face while you're driving down a dark road. Another slice of advice when handling LEDs is to wear gloves. The grease from your fingers can cause the LEDs to prematurely fail. Begin by tilting the steering wheel downward as far as it will possibly go. Next, you want to get a couple fingers behind the plastic wood trim pieces and just pull out towards yourself. They'll pop right out. Then you want to do the same to the other side. These plastic trim pieces are pretty durable and they're held in with metal clips. So I've done this plenty of times and haven't broke one yet. If you have an original stereo, then skip this step. But the face on my aftermarket head unit hangs down. It would prevent the dash bezel from coming out, which is why you see me removing it. For the next step, you'll need a Phillips head screwdriver. So on the bottom of the dash bezel, we have a total of 4 screws that need to be removed. One there. That looks like one, but it's actually not. Then we got another screw right here. Then another screw right there. And then if you look over here, right there, it should have been one there, but the plastic clip broke. Along the top of the dash bezel, you'll find a total of 5 screws. One right there. There's another one here. Look like that one missing. Another one there. That's missing 2. Okay, so another one right there. Then the 5th one is right there. After removing all screws, slide your fingers underneath the inner dash bezel. Pull down and pry outward. Using your other hand, begin prying the upper side out of its place. A screwdriver will also help with this step. Once you get it out, set it aside. This is what it looks like with all the panel pieces removed. Now's a good time to replace your dimmer switch if it's acting up. There's only 4 screws left holding the instrument panel in place. One's supposed to be right here, but it's gone. The other one is right here. Going to the other side, you have one on the top right here, and then the bottom one is missing, but it would be right here. Once you have all 4 screws removed with the sharp tug, the instrument panel then just comes out. And these are the 7 sockets I will be removing in order to get to the bulb to replace them. Using a pair of pliers, twist socket counterclockwise for removal. There are 2 types of sockets you might come across. This socket only has side terminals that the leads from the bulb are soldered to, which makes it extremely difficult to simply pull the bulb from its socket, which is why I'm using this tool from a hook and scribe set to break the solder connection before pulling the bulb out. Now the bulb is free to come out, and as you can see here, the 2 leads. And this is what that socket looks like. Notice the 2 terminals on either side. Since the terminals on this socket are only on the side, I have to turn the leads from the LEDs out to the side so that there can be a connection. Next, you want to gently work the LED down into the socket. Then put it back in the instrument panel and twist the socket until you hear it snap in place. So this is the other type of socket you might run across, and it's easier to work with than the last one. The terminal runs throughout the entire socket and the bulb pulls right out with little effort. You can visually see the difference. The LED goes in just as smooth, no modification needed. Okay, so after replacing all the bulbs, install the instrument panel and reconnect your battery to make sure the lights work before putting everything back together. These LEDs are polar sensitive. That means they have a negative and a positive, and it matters which direction they face. If a couple aren't working, then remove the panel and flip the socket 180 degrees. Now reinstall your dash panel screws. Then put your dash bezel back where you found it and screw it back in place. Now you want to press your plastic trim pieces in like yeah, and with that side like yeah. Then readjust your steering wheel to a comfortable height. Then turn the key to the accessory position to make sure the dash works. And it does. So with that, project is complete. I'll bring y'all back out here later on tonight for a final look. See ya!
1200 quad core Pentium processing 4 TP Sacred 3 high performance hard drive storm drive through a later CD DVD writer 828 MK3 going via firewire. This is my baby, indeed my mistress, an educated lady with degrees in physics. Y'all can't keep all y'all chicks in your skirts, just my chick 1 to 3.06 gigahertz, ya bitch. Made this